consistent in the gym for roughly 10 years, 10 years of natural lifting. I have a pretty good physique, great social skills, and I'm actually pretty good at dating too. I started off pretty down bad. I started off really not having any social skills, not knowing how to talk to women, not knowing how to dress. It was pretty much fucked up. And I'm here to show you how I climbed out the mud. And, with this channel, talk about self improvement, growth mindset, and just masculinity in general. It's really about fitness. But on this channel, I also want to talk about how to have style, how to have swag, how to become more attractive. Because let's just be honest, you want to get more girls. You want to look more attractive. That's the reason that you're building this body that you want. Matter of fact, any guy that tells me, oh, I'm just building muscle for me, I think that you're kind of a doofus and you're not finna lie to me and act like you ain't trying to build your body for your girlfriend, for your wife, or even for girls in general, just to have more options. Because the truth of the matter is, as a man, having more options, being able to attract more options, or having the capability of getting more options, whether you're married, have a girlfriend, or you're just single, all around is better. Because if you have the ability to get more options, your wife is going to respect you more. If you have the ability to get more options, your girlfriend is going to respect you more. And what women will do when you have a wife or a girlfriend, they'll see you start to level up. They'll see you become more spontaneous and doing all these things, and they will shit test you. They will shit test you. Why are you dressing like that? You're doing all this, you're doing all that. And then sometimes they'll try and bait you into eating shit that's not good for you. They'll bring home sweets. They will try and get you to spend more time with them because maybe you're at the gym too much. They may even offer you clothes that's actually pretty shitty. And I'm going to talk about clothing in this video. I want to talk about swag because, as you can see, I actually know how to dress really well. I'll go to clubs and women will actually really come and like touch my face and touch my neck and say that I'm fine as hell. And you know what? I believe them. I believe them because part of building confidence is having a reason to be confident about, and that's women telling you that you're fine as hell. And I'm here to help you get to that point. But let's get into the video. So this video is specifically how to dress if you have a good physique. If you have a good physique, this is not how to dress if you don't have a good physique. And a good physique is simply a physique like mine. It's like you got arms, chest, abs, that V taper, that overall strong build, that aesthetic looking build. No worries. If you don't have a good body, you can still take tips from this. However, this is specifically catered towards people who have a great body, and I'm here to share about it because this is shit that people don't understand about style, about swag, and just looking good in general as a man. So if you're a bot, right, and you're brain dead and you spend most of your time on TikTok and Instagram, and you see this sorts of stuff online of fitness influencers or people who are muscular and how they dress, you normally come across like douchey white boys who wear pump covers all the time, have like the shaggy hair, like the long hair, and then they have like the Christian tattoos, like maybe like a Christian pump cover and like the really baggy jeans. And sometimes like I see people who are actually pretty fit and handsome looking guys. I know this one guy off the top of my head, I'm not going to say his name, but he's an Asian guy, really fit, really buff. And he looks good. He's short, but he looks like pretty good. Way more aesthetic than I am physically. And he's got like the baggy jeans, with the tank top and like a jacket and stuff. And he looked like he had swag. But this is the problem with you guys. You guys, just like you make the mistake with lifting, you make the mistake with clothing too. You optimize for the male gaze. You optimize for the gaze of other men and women that are children. That's what you optimize for. You ain't optimizing for women that are sexually lustful for you. And keep in mind, like, this is for guys who are also, married too. You need to do this if you're married. Even if you're married, you need to be leveling up like you're single. I don't give a fuck. But this is just for my young niggas out there, or just anybody. The image that you need to portray needs to portray two things: fun and power. Now I'm gonna tell you a story. So I matched with this girl on Bumble, right? I matched with this girl on Bumble, Latina chick. I matched with a lot of Latinas on Bumble, man. It's unfortunate because there was one, she was so fine. She was 31. Anyway, bottom line is, there was this other Latina chick. We were talking about something. I forgot what it was, but I'm just aware of women really well. So I know women like to read smut, and there's a number of archetypes that women they like to watch or read. That's the pirate, the billionaire, the werewolf, the vampire, the doctor, There's like certain archetypes that smut novelists sort of play into. And, I asked her, what archetype would I play into? I said, what? But I asked her in like a smart way. I'm like, what vibe do I give off? Now, normally asking this sort of question is buddy energy. And you don't want to ask a question like this to a woman because that kind of gives off needy energy. In reality, I don't really give a fuck about what energy I give off to her. I know I'm attractive and I know she likes me regardless. But I asked this for this specific purpose so that I can get a better understanding. I just wanted to do this for fun. I didn't really care about meeting up with her. And she said I give off boss energy, billionaire energy. That is the energy that you want to portray. That is the vibe that you want to portray. And this is how you attract women from all demographics. This is how you attract black women. This is how you attract white women, Latino women, Asian women, all women. And there's specific ways to do that. One, being in shape, having the right haircut, taking care of your grooming, your appearance. I'm rocking a mustache right now because I'm military. But I know how to make this shit work. I know how to make it work. And three, your wardrobe. Now, what I can do is tell you what not to do and kind of guide you in what to do. So, what not to do? Things to stay away from: shirts with logos, them big ass logo shirts with anime characters on it. I'm just gonna be honest. If you're a grown ass man, meaning you're 20 years old and up, and you look in your wardrobe and you have an anime shirt and you wear that shit outside, you should slap yourself in the face. You genuinely should like slap yourself in the face. Don't wear that shit no more. Wear that shit inside. Don't go outside with no anime shirt. And I'm gonna get into that in a minute. No logo shirts, no cartoon shirts, no shirts with logos. You want to wear stuff with no logo. See this shirt? This shirt has absolutely no logo. It's just a plain pattern t-shirt, right? And I can get into colors too. I prefer solid colors, but colors with pattern, shirts with patterns that are, not plaid or polka dot, something that looks classy. That's the sort of style you want to go for. Or just plain solid color t-shirts. That's the style. If you have a good physique, that's what you want to go with. Why? Because it shows power, it shows control, it shows that it gives off this energy that I care about my appearance. Like the not having logos on your shirt, having just a shirt with just plain nothing, or just the style like this, it brings attention to your body. It shows that I make the clothes. I make the clothes. It's your physique that makes the clothes. So shirts that don't have logos, just plain shirts, or that's polo shirts, button-up shirts, and stores I recommend is H&M. H&M is a great store to find stuff like that. It's a perfect store to find stuff like that. You also can't go wrong with just a regular Hanes t-shirt, a white t-shirt. I went to a club one time. I had my black jeans, my boots. I had black jeans. I got on black jeans right now, boots, and a black t-shirt. That's all I had on. Straight up, I had my brown Doc Martens, my black jeans, and t-shirt, black jeans and my black t-shirt with my gold chain, and I have a wrist chain too. I'm standing there. I got my drink. Not gonna lie. I lit up a small cigarette. Sometimes I like to smoke while I drink occasionally. This is something that women do, and I don't fall for it, and I don't entertain it. But this girl was drunk, and she fell into me and started touching over my chest and over my shoulders and stuff like that, like introducing herself. She was basically like all over me. She was cute too, but the thing is, this is a side note, but don't hit on women that are drunk. I don't. If you're sloppy drunk like that, like I'm not gonna take you home. I'm not gonna talk to you now. I'm in the military. I sit through too many sapper briefs to be doing that shit. But anyway, but point is, I didn't have to have no Monkey D. Luffy on my shirt to attract nobody's attention. I don't. If you're wearing jerseys, don't wear jerseys. Like any sort of like sports jersey and shit like that. That shit is childish. That shit, especially if you have a good physique, don't wear shit like that. Like even if you go to college parties, even if you go out to college parties, even if you go out to clubbing, having that boss style energy, like, yeah, like I'm the guy. And you don't need to look like a CEO. You can have jeans, some nice shoes, just some nice sneakers or whatever, plain t-shirt. You don't need to have a personality. That's the thing about being fit and having a good physique. You don't have to have a personality. You can wear stuff that portrays your personality, but I say like wait till you're advanced with knowing how to style yourself to attract women. But you don't need to have a personality if you're fit. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. You really don't when it comes down to clothing. My style has been plain t-shirt, jeans, shoes. That's it. And then I'll have a button up like this if I want to look nice if I'm going out doing stuff like that. But that's pretty much the rule of thumb. Also, hats, snapbacks, take that shit off. Take care of your hair. Get a haircut. Look good. Take that stuff off. You're not in high school no more. You don't need that 950 snapback. If your hairline is receding and it's going all the way back here, go bald. I promise you, go bald, grow out some facial hair, build some muscle. You're better off that way. You're better off that way going bald, growing some facial hair and building up muscle and copying the style that I had. And you can go on Pinterest and look up insert your race attractive guy style. You can go on Pinterest and look that up and just see how to have style. And this is something that I did to learn how to have style. I didn't know how to dress growing up. I didn't know how to style my hair. As you can see, I get my hair kind of shortcut. I get my hair a shorter cut. Even right now, my haircut's a little my haircut's a little weird. I don't know what's going on. I can tell the difference. Maybe you can't. You may think it's fly. I think it's but I don't want to get on a tangent, so I won't talk about that stuff anyway. But you want to avoid logo shirts. And also with baggy pants and baggy shirts, that stuff's a no-go. You need to have stuff that actually like fits your physique, that actually shows your physique. Notice how this shirt cuffs my arms. Actually, my arms have gotten bigger, but notice how this shirt cuffs my arms. That's important. My t-shirts, honest to God, they're mediums. I wear mediums. Sometimes I do wear larges depending on the shirt, but you want something that's a muscle fit shirt. Otherwise, go with the medium. Let that stuff be tight. Wear a tight shirt. You'll see guys say, get a bigger shirt, get a bigger shirt. But you won't hear hoes say that. And when hoes say that, when women say that, they want you. They want you. Trust me. Trust me. Now, obviously, don't have it too tight. Don't get no smalls. Like if it runs really small, be mindful of that. You don't want it to be too small, but you want it to fit just right. And I'm a 32 waist. I have a really small waist, so I'm able to get away with mediums more. If you're a heavy set guy, then you know if you need larges, but you want something to cuff your shoulders, your chest, and your arms. Same with pants. Get the athletic taper style pants. A brand I recommend is Lucky's. Lucky's Jeans is a great brand. You don't need to be wearing no baggy ass pants. Now you can get away with like some straight fitted pants, but if it's too baggy, like that's the style, don't wear that shit. You don't need it. It's like you're trying to make a statement. That's that LA Cali type of style. And let me tell you about them Cali boys, them LA boys. They're girls that and their demographic, they matching with me on Tinder and Hinge and Bumble. They get with guys like me. And so overall, a man should be portraying power. If you have a good physique, you should be portraying power. You should be looking like you're in control, like you're a grown ass man. That's how you should look. You don't got time for logos and snapbacks and all this stuff. Wear your hair out, show your hair off, be proud, uncover your head, and then have accessories. I got this chain. This watch is just for duty, but I have an actual like wrist chain. You probably seen it in my videos. I got multiple chains, and then I got some Ray-Ban sunglasses. I do that. That's all I gotta wear, and I get stares everywhere I go. But I wanted to start making some dating content, stuff about dating and whatnot, and just helping guys also look attractive, because women is actually really important for mental health too. Like, let's just be real with y'all, bro. Let's just be real. You want to get girls. That's why you come to my fitness channel. You want to learn how to look aesthetic and stuff. You want the whole trifecta. Well, guess what? You finna get it on this channel. So if you want to learn more, go ahead and click on this video. If you want to know how to actually get the physique, check out my course, in which I'll also be adding stuff on dating and looks maxing and whatnot. But that'll be it for the video. If you want to learn more, like I said, go ahead and click on this one. Goodbye.